no Bonnaroo for the spaghetti monster. Were you going to Bonnaroo, Justin? That's awesome. Big spaghetti area.
Where's Bonnaroo?
I don't know. Somewhere exotic. Anyways, my week was short. We had a short week. Father's Day weekend. We took a couple extra. We were off Sunday. Saturday we had
Manchester, Tennessee.
We helped cater for my dad's low-key retirement party. The more open house style, friends and family versus the associates from across the country, fancier cocktail party, retirement party that's happening later in the year. So we brought in another truck, Bigfoot Burgers, came down with us to split the duties. Yeah, it was a good time. We had fun. Got cool. Probably got a couple more catering events out of the deal, which is always a plus.
Makes it worth it.
Yeah, for doing a free event. Yeah, yeah. So we didn't have sales Saturday or Sunday, and Saturday was, the later in the year it got, the more it hurt. It was the day for us where we just kept turning down gigs all year for the 15th. June 15th was our big day, apparently, for and then we had somebody on like Tuesday said, I know it's short notice, but we had a truck back out for this Saturday. Is there any way you can do it? I was like, well, my dad or money. I picked my dad.
He probably would have told you to pick money.
Yeah, Justin says, same as MIS, big cut to them, a lot of work for a little cut. Yeah. So yes, the weekend was, it was different. I mean, it was fine. We did have Pam come back for Saturday for the retirement party. So yeah, she came down. She put up with my BS for another day, and it was nice to see her. Nice to have her on. She promptly sold all of the banana pudding, which was not on the menu for the day.
Jesus.
So thank you. I told one person they could come over and get one. And then all of a sudden, the other 8 were gone, and I didn't get any. So Skippy can't hear. You can't hear Skippy? Is that what you're saying? Skippy's not talking. Talk, Skippy.
Hi.
You're fine. I'm seeing you.
Excuse me. Hello.
Oh, she retracted her message.
Okay.
Other than that, the rest of the week was we had another Etna event in Detroit.
Ooh.
The boys just took camp, and that was one of those we just took Cambros down to. It was only 150 people, so we could fit everything in Cambros. And it's a whole lot easier and quicker to get there, to make that drive through the construction without the trailer. And that parking lot was super small because we had been there for a different event earlier in the year. Pam says, it's on the truck. I'm selling it.
I mean, I don't, absolutely. Get after it, girl.
Yeah. So yeah, it's, that was, I mean, they've had a couple events now where they really aren't hitting the numbers on some of these smaller offices. So I'm hoping that they don't reduce the headcounts on some of the other, because they had just bumped everybody up to make sure that there's enough food. So yeah, we cooked for 150. I think Chris said that there was, or maybe that was one I didn't hear back from. Yeah, maybe it was 150 and they did like 40, 50 people.
My good buddy's stepdaughter had her graduation party this weekend, and it was the same day as a funeral for a well-liked person who passed away. Same time, and yeah, not a lot of people showed up.
Yeah, that's hard to compete with a funeral.
It kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a pretty strong obligation to go to the one. You can see the other person anytime.
Yeah, literally, you can't see the other one anytime anymore.
It's like the farewell tour for Elton John. I mean, this is your opportunity. Yeah, Fran says she can't hear you. I haven't heard complaints from anybody else yet.
My apologies.
What else do we have? Yeah, we had a really good couple days. Sold out on Tuesday for number 18 on the year, and then we had a last minute change on Wednesday. A location we ended up getting murdered for lunch.
Yeah,
and then
again,
yeah, we had. Well, it wasn't as murdery. It was very busy, much busier than we expected for a last minute change of location.
Yeah.
But I think it was over $1,000 for lunch. In Dutton, which is a really good Dutton day. So it was a little surprising. And then we were going into one of our better subdivisions, which then didn't show up. So it all worked out. Everything about balance. What we were for sure that was going to be a sellout kind of day ended up being not a sellout day, but yeah, I'm kind of skipping all over the week. Friday we had Wiseman, which was another really, really good lunch. We actually had to stop lunch sales early because we were headed to Granville Concert Series that night, which is always a good spot. We sold out again that night. More or less, we sold out. Ran out of pork and brisket. So I still had a couple racks of ribs and some chicken quarters, but not calling that a sellout because we still had the proteins. But for all intents and purposes, I cooked extra ribs that day because we were going to be at Wiseman, and then our rib people didn't show up. So, of course,
that's how it always works.
Yeah. So typically, for us to call it a sellout, right now, we're going our main three proteins: so pork, brisket, and then ribs. We're doing so many chicken quarters a day just to get through the case before it expires.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those scenarios like we're not selling enough daily to go through a case of them in the week that we have, so we're just doing extras, and then I take the extras home and feed my dogs.
They look chicken.
So they love it. So yeah, we're claiming sellouts. We're doing sellouts as the two or the three main proteins that we have. So we had a great day, even with the day off on Saturday. I mean, we still did a $10,000 week, which isn't anything to sneeze at. So I'm working tomorrow by myself, going solo.
Woo.
Just because I needed everybody on next Saturday because we're doubling up and we have two weddings at the same time. Yeah, we should have a pretty good week. Another Aetna event in Mount Pleasant. So yeah, just keep rolling, man. We're just rolling.
Just rolling.
They see me rolling.
They hate me.
So
dirty, red, dirty. Oh, sorry.
How was your week, Skipward?
My week was very busy.
Awesome.
The new pit has definitely paid for itself and more. Just
wow,
not having to deal with a lot of stuff. So last week, so we came off our huge barbecue festival on that Sunday. We had a little event in Marshall called Tasty Tuesday. Didn't sell out, but still did $1,200, $1,300 in 3 hours. Wednesday we won't talk about. Wednesday was worthless. Worthless, so we're probably not coming back anymore.
Where were you Thursday?
So it was the second time I've been to this like industrial park,
mm-hmm.
but not really an industrial park. It's more like a engineering park, I guess.
Okay.
A lot of auto engineers. They came out the first time I was there. Definitely not the second time.
Maybe so you've been out twice?
Yes.
You got to give it one more.
I will.
Yeah, because you don't know which one was the exception, which one's the rule.
Correct. So. I guess from what I understand, the guy was trying to book like food trucks for every week, and people have been backing out like crazy.
Oh,
that hurts everybody else that goes. So
yeah.
But then I had a sub that night, so I tried to do double duty. And the sub, I think it was the last weekend or last week of school, and maybe they were just heard a lot of people were out at school and having fun and doing all sorts of stuff. So we just let that go. Thursday was a roadside day. That was good. Friday, Saturday had 4 drop offs or 4 private events. First one, they rented a nice, it was for an open house. They rented a nice wedding venue, basically, barn venue. Dropped off food, left 4 Cambros because she just kept ordering more food, which I appreciate. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
She said it was a guessing game, but she thought she'd have 150 people. By the time I got back 2.5 hours later, they had gone through most of the food. 3 full pork, 3 full chicken, or 4 full chicken quarters, 3 full mac, 2 full green beans, an extra deep or 2 full Mexican street corn. Yeah, so that was good. That was she wrote me a really good Google review, so I appreciate that. Saturday was a drop off, positive review for that, and Saturday night was the first wedding I have done not off the truck in a very long time. So I go there Friday after I drop off my catering and kind of scope the venue out, make sure see where I'm going to be setting up food, get the times, everything like that. Make sure I can actually pull my trailer in again, so I don't look like a schmuck with a truck and 4 Cambros. And
welcome, Newman.
Hey,
Hello, Newman. On TikTok, sorry.
Hey, Newman.
Newman.
Make sure you follow.
Yes.
So the corner to take my trailer was very tight. Very tight. And then they wanted me to back up into a different area. That'd have been tighter. So we just pulled through and kind of just backed up and stayed out of the way. But it was brisket, chicken quarters.
Thanks for the like, Newman.
Thanks for the like, Newman.
Mm-hmm.
Mac and cheese, green beans, potato salad. I don't know why everybody loves the green beans. They just do. The wedding was full of young people. You have a look.
So when I had to refresh my screen and log back in,
yes,
something weird happened on all the streams. Hello, Cecilia L. So I'm looking at I see the YouTube stream and what the video is. And if someone can confirm this for me, then maybe it's just my laptop. But I'm still showing all 3 of us on the video, on the YouTube video.
Oh, it's the ghost.
It's clearly from previous. So I don't know if it restarted somehow, but they're hearing us in real time. I know that because Pam's commenting, everybody's commenting. So,
well, hopefully Pam will let you know if there's a
negative ghost. What, Steve? Okay, it's good on our side. Okay, everybody says it's good, so they're just seeing the 2 of us. I don't know why my preview is jacked up. Thank you, everybody. I like our listeners.
Listeners are greatest listeners in the world.
Sorry go ahead, continue.
So again, wedding. So we had to walk, I don't know, 100 feet to drop food off or to replenish food.
Yeah, we've had one of those before.
I should have brought the extra Cambros and just brought the Cambros up, like by the venue, instead of just walking from the trailer. But whatever. That's what I had the warmer for.
Welcome, Logjack19.
Hey, Logjack19. Do you think he's a lumberjack?
I don't know. Oh. Landon Frangilli.
Frangilli?
Frangillo.
Okay.
Green 471.
So back to the wedding here. A lot of young people, and I was watching young people portions, and I'm like, oh, sugar honey iced tea. They're taking. Jesus H.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Shit. Take the first letter of each word.
Gotcha. Why don't you say shit?
I don't know. Trying to be nice. Mom's listening. Anyway, big portions.
Mm-hmm.
Said 180 people, probably 150 were there. I counted the tables. and left them with probably a half pan of brisket, a half pan of chicken, full pan of mac, and a full pan of potato salad.
Random bag of crap just joined the TikTok stream.
Yes.
Welcome to the shit show.
That's your
You'll
number.
fit right in.
That's your number one fan. So anyway, so you're talking about chicken quarters, and you can't get through a case before it expires.
Typically, yeah. I mean,
I went through 4 cases
last week.
Yeah, no, in two events.
Well, that's the but catering.
But they were flipping huge.
Chicken quarters.
They were pterodactyl legs.
Yeah, we've been starting to the jumbos we have a harder time getting. I like the jumbos, but for us it's usually like a 3-day. We have to order 3 days out for the jumbos.
See, it's the other way around for us. We have to order the smalls. The jumbos are
so the ones with the backs are the smaller ones, and those we can get right away. So it's weird that the opposite sides of the states have the other ones.
The jumbos are the ones with the backs.
Not for us.
Well, definitely for us. They still
the ones with the backs. Yeah, the ones with the backs for us are the small ones, and even those ones have been getting bigger.
So let's put it this way: it's a 40-pound case, and there were 25 quarters in there.
Holy crap!
I know.
Pound and a half.
A pound and a half.
Jeez,
they were huge.
Yeah, we were. So when we were getting the jumbos and we were boxing them in individual quarters for sale, we had a hard time getting a couple of them in a 9x9.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know what to do. Just wrap it in foil and throw it in the bag.
But now our Gordon's carries whole, or they call them jumbo whole wings instead of the party wings.
Okay.
And it's a 40-pound case, and you probably get like 110, 120 in there, whatever. But they are small. For being like a whole wing, they are tiny. So they're definitely not. I think they're only called jumbo because they're whole, but they are far from jumbo. Far from jumbo.
Yeah, we still haven't kicked back in on wings yet. We're getting asked all the time, but the price is just I can't do it.
I sold a full pan of wings for $200, so I'll do that all day long. But yeah, and so we're getting into the end of June. Talk about numbers real quick. We are up 50% year over year.
For the year or for June or for the week?
Just for June.
We just need some context on your numbers. That's all.
My apologies.
No problem.
For the month of June, we're up 51.9% year over year.
Awesome. That's a good number.
Or is it month over month? I don't know. Year over year.
Month over month. Or no, whatever. I don't know.
Whatever. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Stop fucking yelling at me.
When compared to June of the previous year, we are up 50-something%. That's a good number, Skippy. You should be proud of that, bud.
I'm fair with it.
Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on, I gotta do my puzzle piece on TikTok. Apparently I haven't been active enough when I was just in the frickin' thing and left a comment. Thanks, TikTok. At least it has all kinds of alarms so you don't lose it. It's hard to know that, or it's hard to miss it.
The Tiki Talk.
The Tiki Talk. Yeah. Let me look at our numbers here. We are not as impressive as you for the month of June, but for the year, we are up 6.2% year over year.
Please, since you just said that, I just did that too. Year over year, same period, we're up 43.6%. Sorry, go ahead.
What's your total? What are your gross sales for the year?
108.
Nice job, bud. It's always good to cross over that first 100,000. It's always been a milestone. That's been the one milestone I always kind of look at, how much quicker we're getting there year over year. I don't know why. I think it was because it was such a big deal the first time we hit $100,000 in sales. That first full time year that we were open, like it's always just kind of stuck with me.
And then realize that 40% of it is gone, and you end up with 30.
I know, but it's one of those kind of like when we hit 100 or not 100. When we hit $1 million in sales for the life of the business, it was kind of a cool thing. Like that's a shit ton of barbecue.
It's tons and tons of mac and cheese.
That's tons of mac and cheese. So much mac and cheese. So yeah, we're up 6.2% for the year. For the month of June, we're up 13.5%, 13.4%. So not bad. And as a reminder, June was our busiest month last year. So we did 52, I think, last year for June. I think that's right. Yeah, we did 53 almost. So
FYI, just to compare apples to apples, since I did some sales during the technical off season, from March 1st until now, I'm up 27%.
The other sales count. I mean,
I know. No, I know. I'm just,
yeah, I mean,
just, yeah, same period. Just whatever.
Gotcha, bud.
But same period, I'm only at 90, so I can't really.
I mean, yeah, I mean, mine's going up against. So last year, where we were open for the whole year doing paninis and shit. So between January and February of 23, and we had over $10,000 in sales. So I mean, take that out, and yeah, it bumps up the numbers. But
I will tell you, for this wedding, I cooked probably some of the best brisket I've ever cooked.
Isn't it cool when that happens?
I was very proud. Like when I was cutting it, I'm like, this is good.
I've had a few of those where, because I'll try a little bit of everything we sell. I mean, almost everything that goes out the window. I have a small piece of brisket of each one of the briskets, just to kind of know where it's at. Mm-hmm. And every once in a while, it's like, whoa.
Okay.
That's something there. Yeah, that's something. I don't want to sell it. Can I save me a pound of this?
Yeah, so the smoker was loaded with I had 12 butts, 6 briskets on Thursday. Or on Thursday. For Friday and Saturday. For the Saturday butts I did whole, or the Saturday briskets I held for 24 hours. And they couldn't have come out any better. I was very, very nice. Very happy with it.
Awesome, bud.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
What?
I need space. I need a kitchen.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I'm getting to the point where
it sucks, doesn't it? Like you'd buy more in bulk if you could. Like,
well, it's not even that. Because we're managing with, we keep stuff, dry stock and paper stuff out in our storage unit, and it's all very well controlled and blah 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 blah. It's for me, it's how much money we're losing by not being able to do more.
Losing out on.
Yeah. And for me, that's lost money.
Yeah.
And it's all on the catering side for us. So,
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, if we had a little brick and mortar, we could do some walk-up stuff. We could stay open. And for me, staying open all year is to stay open for catering.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll get some walk-in stuff, but to be able to cater multiple 300 person events in a day would be a nice possibility to get to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way we need to look at, and we had a potential possibility that is not going to turn into a possibility because they've changed kind of how they're thinking. And it was really looking like it was going to be a good fit if it worked out. Really had some high hopes for that one. So
was that Wiseman?
Yeah. So they had the opportunity to buy their neighboring suite that they were going to put more seating in, but in order for them to do seating, they had to have food full time. So they were going to put in the kitchen, and we're looking to have somebody run out of the kitchen. But their tasting room sales have been down so much this year and last year that they can't justify. So, I mean, they're leaving the tasting room as it is, and they're going to focus super hard on distribution and where they're killing it, getting stuff out into liquor stores and party stores. So is where they're making money.
That's tough.
But I mean, they're still going to do food trucks. I saw on one of their posts earlier last week, before we had all this realization had happened. They were making pizzas, and they were doing a free pizza night, and they were making pizzas out of the back of their facility. I thought for sure we were going to get lost arted again. which was
yeah.
the brewery that had food trucks every night, and then they opened up their own food truck and now have 2 food trucks. And
Damn.
yeah. So, but on the bright side, it doesn't look like our partnership with them is going to end for setting up the food truck, which is fantastic because it's an awesome lunch spot for us and people love having us there. But also, I'm pretty comfortable about us not being there for dinner hardly ever. You know, we're almost every time we're there during lunch only.
Yeah.
So they're happy with it. We're happy with it. So we'll keep going that way, but always looking for an opportunity of a small used to be restaurant that still has a kitchen built out potentially, or at least some sinks and grease trap and a hood system still inside. So, that we can utilize. So we'll see. I know that there is somebody trying to get rid of a franchised barbecue restaurant in the area that has approached me a couple times, looking for me to take it off their hands.
Isn't it a strip mall?
No, it's a standalone.
Oh, standalone would be a lot better than a strip mall.
Brand new, a year and a half ago. He said it's their best one they have. He said it cost them $750,000 to build, and they can't just no traction. They can't get traction there. Rhymes with stickies.
Yeah. No, a lot of them are dying out.
Yeah.
I guess they're expensive to, like, their franchising and all that sort of stuff is on the expensive side. But.
Yeah. So that particular one is in Holland, which is, I mean, it's a half-hour drive from here, but if we can run everything out of there.
Is that over by our friend Kyle?
Not super close, no. It's not like we'd be neighbors or anything.
He doesn't call me back anyway.
So yeah, I mean, if we could run everything out of there and have proper staff in place to be able to have a night person, APM, assistant pitmaster, to be able to do that and do all the prep for the next day for both the truck and the storefront. And, someone can roll in and pick up the trailer and go to wherever they need to go for the day is the idea. So, we'll see. That is not something I am pursuing at the moment, but, it's there in the back of the head.
The problem is it's always on your mind.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it's continuing to be on your mind, something's going to happen.
Well, when you look at, when you want to grow, when you know that you're ready, so we're ready to expand. When you get to the point where you're turning down stuff all the time, and we're finally at a spot where things feel pretty good, where you're comfortable with the margins you have, and we're not in the high stress, high anxiety area all the time. Occasionally. Yeah. Is it thundering over there?
Yeah. It just started.
Wow.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh,
why did you think I asked?
Good point. Nothing on the radar whatsoever, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, then you start looking, the path to what's the easiest way, what's the best way, what's the most economical way to move forward. We could do another trailer, but then we have a whole other set of issues here. And how do we park, and where do we park it, and what does that look like? Oh yeah. And we have this smoker that needs to get replaced on the back of the trailer. And how do we go about that to also increase capacity, but not build a smoke shack off my garage? Yeah. So there's so much that I need to figure out on how we want to try to move forward. And then, once we figure that out, it's okay, who's going to finance this thing? Because there's not that kind of money in my bank account to be able to do that kind of thing. So, yeah. But what I've learned through this whole thing is everything is figure-outable.
Figure-outable. Absolutely.
Everything is figure-outable. Yep. There's always a path. So no matter, we've all been in pretty dark spots, I think, running our businesses. I think that's pretty normal. We talked to Justin a couple weeks ago. Justin, I hope everything's going well. I've noticed a huge uptick in your presence on TikTok. You keep coming across my TikTok, so keep that up. Good job.
I gotta go find him. He hasn't come across mine.
He started coming across my For You page, which surprised me. Sorry.
I don't know what you're doing.
I had to respond to somebody real quick. So yeah, it's hard, but you gotta, everything, you can get through it all, and everything's figure outable. You just got to figure out the thing, you know?
So, but do you have steps? Like, do you have...
There's no plan at this moment. Like, I have not developed action steps to move forward yet. And really, I think it's still trying to figure out what the best route is. So is it path A or path B? I think they're both viable, but which one is better long term? And Justin says things have gotten better. I'm glad to hear that, Justin. Keep fighting the good fight. So it's, and then, yeah, I mean, so this building is a new building. Why are you trying so hard to get rid of it? You know,
well,
obviously things aren't going well. So is it a location thing, or is it a brand thing?
Is the brand too tired? But it absolutely could be a location thing.
I mean, is it a quality thing? Is it a brand? Yeah. Is it 1,000 things that has nothing to do with the location? And
is it business related or location related?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. I don't know. I mean, I have my suspicions. I think we've all heard the good and the bad about people visiting Dickies, and the inconsistencies from one place to the next, and the same place 2 visits in a row, and problems. And you look up the reviews, and it's not super great. Not a whole lot of complaints about food, but more about staff.
You just talking about your area?
The one in Holland, yeah. Because I was curious, what are people saying about it? Is there some insight on how or why it's not doing awesome? So, yeah, I don't know. Just me blabbing her out, but we have a lot to figure out in the next while, and it's something I would love to move on sooner versus later. But again, nothing I want to rush into. So
I don't
rush decisions are often bad decisions. So I will do everything like we have done before, and it's a slow process, and we're going to make sure that we get it as right as we can.
So my wife is big on the so I overanalyze things. I'm the king of what I call analysis paralysis. You analyze everything until you just are like numb. So I have this thing with the coffee shop where they really want me to come in there, and we've talked about it, and it's like, what is like, so I have a meeting with them next month about, hey, if this is going to be a dual use space, I have to figure out marketing. I have to figure out, what's going to happen with this. Am I going to be open? You're not going to be open. We're both going to do lunch. Like, is it going to work? Especially being a dual use space. 2 different front doors, same front door. Like, do I have a back door? Do I put the smoker there?
Yeah,
whatever. Super down turbo.
Just an FYI, right now, bone-in pork butts at GFS, $1.89 for individual per pound. The case price is the same.
Yeah, I know.
Oof.
Sam's, I went yesterday. Sam's, I got the last 3 2-packs they had, but Sam's was $2.48 a pound.
Yeah, GFS says they were having a hard time getting them last week.
Oh, I had to go to Ipsy to find brisket, which is 40 minutes away. Luckily, I stopped in at Sam's like on on Tuesday, and they had 5 20-pounders. So I said, "Hey, I don't have the room, but can you hold these for 2 days? 2 days, please." And they luckily did. But yeah,
I want to get back to Sam's and Costco when you're done. When we're done with this, continue with what you were saying.
No, I basically just like I want to talk to them about marketing and like how are we gonna do this together? Is it just me who's gonna market everything? You know, I would if I don't do. There's an alleyway between the buildings. Can we put a back door into the building so I can put the smoker out on a pad back there?
Mhm.
You know, so I can do all the smoking there versus building a smoke shack in my house. You know, same thing you're thinking about, but it's like, why do I want to think about that now? Like I have work to do. I got money to make, so I can make this all happen by the off season and hopefully open up in November.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping things are sitting pretty good right now. I'm hoping to spend even less time on the trailer in the next few weeks. It's been finally starting to feel like I'm getting caught up from everything, so
It's good.
I can start focusing on some other things soon, hopefully. But I got Sam's membership. Is there a business? Are you a business member or is it you just a regular member?
Plus member.
So do you get any cash back? Is there any of that? Yeah,
500 a year.
The straight 500, or is it like a 2%?
No, it's a max 500 a year. I don't know how much you owe, how much you get per, but
okay.
I have that maxed out by. I think I had it maxed out by September last year.
Okay, so Costco has the same thing for their, whatever it is, executive memberships. So your check comes with your renewal, and it's a gift certificate. Essentially, you have to use it in the store. Blah blah blah. But you can buy one thing and you'll get cash as your change. So you go buy a gallon of milk and get. But here's the check I just got.
$851.
Yeah. Awesome. So they max out at 1,000.
Okay.
And that's the biggest one so far that I've gotten. But so my other two have both been 800, close to 800.
Have you gotten a Gordon's one yet?
The check? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've requested the $1,000 checks before. So I've done the math on this for Gordon's. You're better off using the points than you are getting the check.
Oh, probably.
You are. I don't remember what it. I think it was the point value. So if you're using your points as you accumulate them towards your purchases, it's like $1,200 for the $1,000 check type of thing. So you're going to gain another $200.
Yeah, it's 91,000 points is what you need for a $1,000 check. I just know that because I just got one for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it the first year. I thought it was cool. Really wanted to try to get to 2.
Completely what I wanted to try.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I got $1,000.
I asked for cash.
Yep.
But they said they have them. They're like, we can send it to you or we can send it to the shop. I'm like, just send it here and I'll come pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I did one and then I started doing the math. It's like, gosh, it seems like it's taking so long to accumulate. But every time I check out, they're like, hey, you have $300 in points. I'm like, this seems like I can cash out on my orders faster than I can get the check. So I started doing the math, and 100% that's the case. So, yeah, that was the last time I stopped or was really focused on it. Ever since then, it's like every time I can accumulate like $100 or $200, I'll use it towards an order.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I'm spending more at GFS now than I was in previous years, so maybe it's a good time to just let her ride, and at the end of the year, maybe I can get a couple checks and have some spending money for the winter. Do stupid shit. But yeah, I'm gonna go buy some toys today at Costco.
What are you gonna buy?
I don't know. Thought maybe a drone. They have the little DJI drones there.
Okay.
Thought maybe we could get some cool footage for work.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't have a use for it. It'd be something I probably use 10 times and then I don't anymore. But yeah, probably get some stuff for around here. And I don't know.
So
Angie wants the big giant crocodiles water slide for the kids.
do you have a pool?
It's ginormous.
Do you
It's
have
a
a pool?
blow up. No, it's like a blow up slip and slide thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But it's like 24 feet long. There's like stairs to climb it.
Yeah.
It is massive. But I don't want that much dead grass in my yard.
I'm not looking forward to this week with the heat wave coming through.
It is going to be hot, hot, hot. Those of you that are in the Midwest, hydrate, and hopefully your ACs can help a little. It's going to be awful.
Yeah, mid-90s this week.
Yeah, which means it's going to be 100 in the trailer. I'm interested to see how your mini splits hold up. So
I don't have one.
I thought you had a mini split in yours.
No, rooftop.
Oh. All right, well,
And it works fair.
it hasn't been hot yet.
I know. Well, here's what I can tell you, right? So I had my generator on eco mode because I can run it on eco, and it only goes into full power when like the fridge cycles, right?
Yeah.
So I turned the air on, but I left it in eco mode, and it drew some gas.
Yeah.
It sucked gas down quick. Like if it's on eco mode, I can go 3 days without filling up. Like that's 2 days. Well,
Yeah.
We'll say 2 days. 2 days without filling up.
But yeah, I mean, you and I are running a whole lot of different stuff on
True.
gas and propane. So
anyway, back to Dickies. We were talking about the Ickies or whatever.
Stickies, I said.
Stickies, yes. So Stickies, I've been contemplating because when I do roadside, I see that there's a lot of families that pull up. So I've been contemplating family packs or something of that nature. So just throw this out there. Their family pack, which feeds 4 to 6.
Okay.
2 pounds of meat, any meat you want. 3 large size. So I assume that's probably like what, quart? Quart's the largest one, I think.
Sure.
16 ounce, I think.
So 2 cups, which is our large. Yeah.
Yeah. And 6 Texas toasts. Care to guess the price?
You said 2 pounds of meat?
2 pounds of any meat you want.
2 pounds of meat, 2 sides. I'm gonna go is $60.
No, $70.99.
Good God.
$70.99.
Wow. That is too much.
Is it? You're at what, 20? Let's say they get brisket and pork. I mean, you're at 24 pounds or $24 a pound for brisket.
27 for us.
27. So that's 40, 52, 54. Sorry.
If you do both brisket. Yeah. So let's say you double up on brisket.
Oh, 2 pounds of meat. Okay.
Yeah. It's not 2 pounds of each.
So it's a pound each. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't reading that right. Okay.
So even if you double up on brisket.
Yeah.
And then
my large size.
Figure it's 5 sides because that's for, let's say 6 Texas toasts is 6 pieces of cornbread, which is 3 large sides for us.
Yeah.
Which would even be, yeah. So you're at, yeah, I mean, so maybe we're there with double brisket. We're at $70-something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't looking at it right.
But yeah, think you don't eat beef and you get chicken and pork.
Yeah, it doesn't. Or sausage. They have their sausage.
Yeah, anytime that I see that it's pick any 2 meats, blah blah blah, and they're not upcharging for brisket, you know that in their price they have to figure their 2 highest cost items.
But it's like, and they got ribs in here too.
Yeah.
So what are you going to get? Like a half rack? Is that a
Probably.
pound? Is about a half rack?
Yeah, probably.
In the picture, they have the 6 toasts. Looks like coleslaw, baked beans, probably some sort of potato salad, and turkey and brisket. With pickles and onions. Anyway, so I was thinking about doing some sort of catering package.
Yeah.
Or family pack.
Yeah, family pack. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, yeah. So typically when you do that, you're gonna discount it off of what you normally, like if someone just bought that all a la carte.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess. I mean, you know your margins. So if you have some wiggle room to knock off 5%, and you're still going to make your food cost percentages, then yeah, go do it. But I mean, you know, my whole thing is with meat by the pound is you just don't make as much money off it. And I forgot this whole gem on Friday.
Oh, we have gems. Okay.
So a guy reaches out to me on Wednesday, wants to order lunch for his crew on Friday. So I said, no problem, blah, blah, blah. You can just order online and then pick it up when it's ready. And then he says, can you call me? I said, sure thing. Because he doesn't know what to order and how much to order. Because I'm thinking like doing like 5 loaded mac and cheeses for like sides so people can have like a scoop of it with their meat. But I just don't know how much meat to order. I said, okay, normally we figure about a quarter pound is a serving per person. He's like, okay, that works great. So we'll probably be a couple pounds of each then. I said, okay. Yeah, just place your order that morning and we'll let you know when it's ready to pick up. Okay, sounds great. His order, and I quote, 8 pounds of brisket, 8 pounds of pork, and 5 loaded macs.
With
6 guys.
What was a loaded mac with?
Brisket.
Oh.
So yeah, so 9 pounds, 9 pounds of brisket out the window before we even open. After it's too late for me to add more. It's like, what happened to a couple pounds of each? Which was one of the big reasons why we cut lunch short, is because we wanted to make sure we had brisket going into that night, at least a little bit. One of the rare instances that we will do that, because it was a bigger event, you know, a concert in the park thing. So we wanted to make sure that we got there so we don't get snubbed the next time it rolls around.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Crappy crap.
Yeah. But yeah, it's nice to have a $450 order before you even open. So
it is, but it's a pain in the ass because it's like, can you please fucking tell us next time? I mean, technically he did tell you, and you could have You could have cooked a little extra, but I get it.
Yeah, I mean, for a couple pounds, I mean, that's just a normal kind of day. Anyways, all right. We're past. We're long. We are long.
More thunder.
It's a long and winding road.
The thunder rolls.
If you guys haven't followed us, followed me on TikTok, please go do so. We're at 193. Nate is still kicking our asses. Yeah, Nate is still kicking our asses. But we're starting to get more views and more comments on our
I believe his first name is Nick.
Isn't that what I said? What did I say?
Nate.
Oh, sorry, I had Nate on the mind. The Nate that we had working for us that quit / got fired, I believe, is working on another chunk that we saw on Friday night. Well, we weren't positive, but good for him. I hope it's working out. Hope he's kicked the habit, so to speak. All right, everybody, follow us on all the places in the socials and the interwebs and in real life. Come out and see us and have a bite to eat and chit chat with us. I hope you all have a great week. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and sell some fucking food, guys. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.
Peace out.